All right, shalom, shalom. Bear with me 1 second, and we'll get rolling. All right, we wait. I'm just waiting for the feed to pop up. All right, shalom. We should be good. All right, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. Excuse me. All right, hold on. Oh, man. Give me 1 second. All right, bear with me. Got a little lag. Come on, man. All right, shalom. Lord willing, we good. I believe we good. All right, let me check the comments. And we'll get started. Salakia. All right, cool. So anyway, jumping into this lesson here, this is news and prophecy, human augmentation, super soldiers. The standard would overtake the sword. And the reason why I titled it that is because we understand that the right hand is going to overtake the left. All right. And I want to get into this. I'll be all over the place. I pray that this lesson is informative and also edifying to all the sincere believers out there in Yahweh Shem Shai that's tuning in. So anyway, I just wanted to come back to this article. I did this lesson a few months ago, maybe about a year or so ago, however long it was. But I actually found the conference to this particular news article here, which is this came out about 8 months ago. All right. The headline here, it reads, it says, Pentagon scientists weigh creating human super soldiers so deadly they eventually have to be terminated, right? Now, you know, this whole article was pretty heavy here, but I actually found the conference, this, I guess it was like some Pentagon officials, people that work from various departments of the government, and they were breaking down the evolution of the super soldier, right? Which I found real interesting because a lot of this technology, as we know, is going to be used for the very elect, all right? Because the highlight of this lesson here, before I get into the video, the highlight that I wanted to point out is the fact that Esau knows that a change is coming for the elect, all right, pursuant to, let me get that. This is in Luke, excuse me. This is in Luke chapter 24, real quick, straight to the point. All right, so this is red letter Yahushua speaking. Luke 24, verse 49, it says, and behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you, but tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high. So these devils, they know the scriptures. They understand that the elect are going to be blessed with that power from the heavens. All right. So this is not a secret. All right. See, Esau thinks that he can achieve that power through the left hand, through carnal means. All right. This is why, as we're going to get into, you have something called human augmentation. All right. I'm going to read that definition in a second. But like I said, he thinks that he can achieve this through his sword. All right. You know, the blessing that was given unto him, which also ties back into what is technology. But my point real quick is that they know that the power is coming. All right. I was up in the camp with the New York bros, and that was the topic that was being spoke about, and I found that real heavy, and that kind of sparked me to speak about this, because I actually was sitting on this lesson for a little while, because I didn't necessarily know how to bring it out. So I'm just going to bring it out through the Spirit and Lord willing. Like I said, this lesson is edifying. Let me get another scripture just to speak about the power real quick, and we'll get all into it. Bear with me. All right, pray I'm not all over the place, So this is Acts 1 and this is Acts 1 and 8. And it says, "But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and all Judea and Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth." And where are we at now? We are in the uttermost part of the earth, in the Americas. All right, in the Western Hemisphere, the Western world, so called. And the Lord is going to raise up power in these times. Scriptures say that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. All right, so there most definitely is a standard that's going to be lifted. So anyway, getting into it, so like I made the point that this Edomite, okay, he thinks that he can achieve that power, through left-hand means. All right, because this is, like it tells us in 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter, that this man is coming with the power of Satan. So anyway, I pulled up the definition of what is human augmentation. Let's pull that up, because Elder Apostle Ramlab did a lesson about a year or so ago going into spiritual augmentation. There's going to be a spiritual change among the elect. All right, but I was just looking this up. So this is from Science Direct. All right, ScienceDirect.com. Shalakia, hold on 1 second. I want to make sure. All right, here we go. Shalakia. So anyway, this is from ScienceDirect.com. It says human augmentation, past, present, and future. All right. So it says, let's read what it is. All right. So it says, abstract, human augmentation is a field of research that aims to enhance human abilities through medicine or technology. All right. And we know through that sword, as it made mention, let's read it. All right. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, that red is tied back to Esau, the Edomite. All right. Horse symbolizing the power. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him, right? That sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So that sword is tied back to the blessing of Esau, which entails what? His technology, his so-called medicine, his science, all right, his nuclear technology, his army, his force, all right, everything is tied back to that sword, his power. So anyway, going back, Salakia, reading this again. It says human augmentation is a field of research that aims to enhance human abilities through medicine or technology. This has historically been achieved by consuming chemical substances that improve a selected ability, or by installing implants which require medical operations. Now, real quick, before I read on, it says by consuming chemical substances, right? So you think about it, right? What did they give those people? All right, in that jump shot, man. Right? What kind of technology, if you will, was installed inside the human body? All right. So you already know what we're talking about, man. So you don't think that Esau has the ability to do this? Well, you thought wrong. All right. Just to add in there, this is from Natural News. It says UK approves CRISPR gene editing to create GMO humans. So this stuff has been in the works. Right? What you think the whole JAB campaign was for? All right. People are dropping dead all over the place. All right. So this is not some shit that's just made up. All right. This man has been given that power to do these things. All right. Anyway, let's read that again. Human augmentation is a field of research that aims to enhance human abilities through medicine or technology. All right. This is why he has what you call transhumanism. All right. Merging man with machine. All right. Everything that you see being presented to you today in the name of science, right? Human augmentation is a field of research that aims to enhance human abilities through medicine or technology. This has historically been achieved by consuming chemical substances that improve a selected ability or by installing implants which require medical operations. Both of these methods of augmentation can be invasive. Augmented abilities have also been achieved with external tools such as eyeglasses, binoculars, microscopes, or highly sensitive microphones. Lately, augmented reality and multimodal interaction technologies have enabled non-invasive ways to augment human, right? So by these means, Esau can change what it means to be a human being, all right? And this is the power that he has, right? But these things, as I mentioned, the eyeglasses, binoculars, what they said, through his technology, he's going to have the ability to live forever, be 100 times smarter, super intelligent. You're going to be able to all these things, right, that we're going to go through in this video that they made mention of. But I just wanted to set it up by getting the definition of what this means, right? So real quick, all right, just thinking about that as well, because his mindset, we're going to really just kind of go into his mindset, how he thinks. All right, this is Psalms 49:11. And it reads, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, right? His mindset, and is even out here, that through his transhumanism and all of this bullshit that he's putting out here, by 2025 or whatever the date was, 2030, humans are going to be able to live forever. All right, these are the things that he's pushing. This idea of a left-hand pseudo kingdom, all right, a technocracy, if you will, right? But it says Psalms 49:11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So his mindset is that he's going to live forever. Okay. It says, in the dwelling places to all generations, they call their lands after their own name. So this is how he thinks. That's my point. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to bring out there. So let's go ahead and get into the videos. All right. Like I said, this is a conference that was tied back to this article. All right. The Dawn of the Super Soldier. Let's pull this up. All right. So yeah, it's from 8 months ago. It's called Black Swan, Dawn of the Super Soldier, from the I/ITSE 2023. All right. So I got a couple of timestamps. We'll stop and go. We're not going to play the whole hour and 30 minutes, but I want you to hear some heavy points. So let's start it up.
For action, so that we want a good start.
So
Good afternoon. Wait a minute. I heard one. That's all we got? The energy? It's the first day of ITSE. Come on. Good afternoon. Great. So that we want a good start to this because we expect to have some good dynamic conversation today. We are going to have a couple of slides and a little bit of presentations, but really, I'm going to surprise our panelists with a set of questions. Yes, that's right. You heard surprise a little bit because I want.
So make sure it's not lagging, man. Hold on.
And their actual gut reactions to how this topic will play out in the future, or is it here, right? Myth or reality? We don't know yet. So, and we're going to start out initially with a couple of introductions, a couple of slides, go into questions, and we want you folks also, who are the experts too, to provide questions and comments and conversation with us, right? So we want this to be really dynamic and to have great involvement and interaction. Okay, so this topic is the dawn of the super soldier. Now, as much as I would love to take credit for this, I cannot. I have to thank Miriam Tandri for leading the efforts with a group to come up with this topic and organizing this wonderful panel that we have today, again, of experts too, throughout training, physiological, biological types of processes, various equipment, so exoskeletons, think those kinds of things, as well as selection. Okay, so we have a range of panelists here to cover the kind of breadth that might involve a super soldier. Now, when we hear super soldier, what do we usually think? Think Marvel, right? Captain America, a variety of things. Iron Man, okay? So it could be any of these types of sci-fi ideas. But are they sci-fi? Maybe. Or are we there? How close are we there, right? Or are they completely autonomous? Are they drones? It could be independent, right? So we have a variety of topics. We are going to go ahead and delve right into our introductions here. And actually, we're going to do this a little differently. Again, we're forward leaning with this topic. So rather than me just read off their bios, and I do know each of these individuals too, I think it's more fun for them to introduce themselves. So they are coming. I am Lauren Reinerman Jones, and I have an appointmentship with the DAU, special appointment professorship with DAU, as well as I'm an analyst for Southwest Research Institute. And I have a breadth of background, 25 years plus of DoD work across the services. So that's me in a nutshell. And I'll go on to Dr. Andy McKinley.
Hi, Andy McKinley. I'm a biomedical engineer by training. I manage the Air Force's neuroscience portfolio. So a lot of the work that I manage is focused on interfacing with the brain. How do we extract more information from the brain, and how do we...
All right, so you hear what he's saying is dealing with the brain. And notice, as I speak about often, all this technology is tied to what? The brain, how Esau can control the mind. All right, and he has the technology on that left-hand side to do these things, man. So we're gonna, like I say, this just a couple parts I'm gonna play, because this is a long little, conference, but I just want to play these main points for you to hear that this man is really coming with the working of Satan,
Augment brain activity in a way that improves performance. Also, can we inject information into the brain? Can we write to the brain? Think back to the Matrix for those of you that are old enough to, to remember that. But those types of technologies are actually starting to become real. And I actually have a little bit of data over here just to show real quick, just to kind of kick off the discussion. But so brain-machine interfaces, enhancing, sustaining, enabling, and restoring performance is what we focus on. So these are all healthy, normal people applications, so much in line with the super soldier idea. We work a lot with DARPA, but one of the projects that we have been engaged with for the past almost 6 years now has been looking at stimulating cranial nerves to change brain activity in ways that improve performance. And so the original DARPA program was called Targeted Neuroplasticity for Training, and the whole idea there was to see if you can stimulate a cranial nerve that downstream affects key pieces of brain like locus coeruleus that enhances memory acquisition and retention. And lo and behold, it does. So this is some of the data from the lab where we were.
And see, Esau is going to have the ability to do that through that implant. All right, through that C-hip, real quick. Right. I was thinking about this too. Ezekiel 28:1, it says, the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man and not a God, though thou set thy heart as the heart of God. Right. So the prince of Tyrus is spiritually tied to Esau, man. You know, he's proud through by the way of his technology, man, as we're gonna get into here. All right. Prince of Tyrus, he became prideful through his accumulation of wealth. Same thing with Esau. You know, he has the money, the technology, the sword. All right. Same mindset, if you will. It says, verse 3, but thou, it says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee, because Esau, what he does is that he searches out everything, man. You know, scriptures talk about how his heart is deep, you know, going into the left hand, the technology, the depths of his wickedness, you know. It says, there's no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasure, right? So through that understanding, which is really, you know, his left hand, right? This is how he was able to have to obtain that power, you know, to maintain those riches or whatnot. Now, I want to add this in there too, because I made mention about it, where it says that his heart is deep. Let's grab that in Psalm 64, right? This is straight to the point. This is Psalm 64, verse 6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep, man. The mindset of this man, of this devil, is extremely deep, right? As you're going to hear some of the and these people on this panel, right? They're you know, they're high level military you know, affiliates, if you will. You know, they work with the DoD, Department of Defense, DARPA, and all of that, right? So they're giving a testimony of the technology and the capability that they have, right? So the point is that his heart is deep, man. All right. It says Proverbs 25, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. And it's all being drawn out. We understand, you know, essentially, you know, the power and capability that this devil has, basically, right? So let's go back. All right. And they're going to get into, let me pull it up real fast too. But they're actually going to show some of these pictures, right? Just tying this back to this article here. So it says, playing God, how mankind can face apocalyptic biowars by 2050 with gene-edited super soldiers and man-made killer viruses, right? So, and they're going to make mention of this, you know, these capabilities in this video, as you see here, all right? And we already see that this is not some sci-fi shit. This is the real deal, all right? Because as we read earlier, you know, the UK approved CRISPR gene editing to create GMO humans. So this has been in the making, as I said earlier, right? But let's go back to the video, all right? But this is the real deal. And this is why the Lord is going to lift a standard. Power is going to happen, all right? So let's just listen to some more. I got 2 parts of it, and we'll wrap up the video, all right?
Doing a simulated ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance task where people were learning to identify targets, and people were able to learn about 20% faster. They were able to retain the information better, so about 90 days after we completed the training, the effect size actually got bigger. So now the difference is 35% between the groups, because the group that didn't get stimulation, or the group that got the sham stimulation, actually forgot more information more quickly. So their memory decay rate was faster. And so what does the technology look like? Well, it's this, essentially it looks like a razor, right? An electric razor. You'd hold it up to your neck for 2 minutes, and then you have hours of after effect. In fact, we did a study for NASA, which is down there in the bottom corner. We showed we could sustain performance for about 12 to 14 hours, and that has been replicated. These learning results have been replicated outside our lab, within other labs, and in the field. So we actually got some money from OUSD from a program called Boost, and the whole purpose of Boost is to take biotechnologies and get them the last little bit over the finish line to a product that is transitionable. And so what we developed is basically in this picture here. It's actually now a commercial product called TaxStim. They also have a commercial product for everybody else called the Truvaga. It's a company called Electrocore. But we did do validation out in the field. So we've done, this is one of the examples. This was with the Defense Language Institute. So we took real linguist trainees and we gave them a vocabulary learning task every day over the course of a week. And we found that, again, about a 20% acceleration in terms of their learning. One of the other really cool things was with their mood. So this device, at least the medical form of the device, has actually been cleared as a treatment for PTSD because of this robust mood effect, right? So people feel more energetic, less anxious, less nervous. They feel happier. They feel more confident in their ability to do the tasks. And one of the things that we found in this study was that more people that were doing the training, the folks getting the sham stimulation, they obviously got more tired after they finished the training. The folks that got stimulation, though, actually felt more energetic. So I don't know if you've ever sat down and decided, I'm going to learn a really hard foreign language like Arabic. I'm going to sit here and do this for an hour. And at the end of that hour, you're like, now I'm more energetic. I'm ready to go about the rest of my day. But these people felt that way, and that's just insane to me. So really robust.
And all this stuff he's explained, this is all through brain stimulation, through the implant technology, right?
Effects on mood. And then we also are looking at new ways, new sensors to extract information from the brain. So there's this program called Individualized Neural Learning System that just wrapped up, but we have a follow-on going now. But looking at some novel sensors. So a wearable magnetoencephalography system was one of the things that was under development here, and it's very, very, very close. So at any rate, this new technology will allow us to extract more information easier and have 3D localization capabilities as well. So we know where the signal is coming from in the brain with higher resolution. And then we've also been working with DARPA on this next generation non-surgical neurotechnologies program. So this is, we've actually been working with a company called Teledyne to look at technologies that are able to write to the brain at very high resolution. And so this is very early, so there's still a lot of development to do, but this is something that will be coming in the future, to be able to wear a device that non-invasively can write information directly to your brain without any surgery, without any, actually not even any sensations on your skin. So this is really exciting technology to us as well. So that's basically all I have.
Right. So that's the first part. So, and it's Salaki, you know, if it can get a little boring, but if you paying attention to what they're saying, like this is next level. You got to understand that the Esau's government is like 40, 50 years ahead of public knowledge anyway. All right. So all of these things they have in they have in the reserves that they're getting ready to unleash. This is why I said that the Lord is going to raise up the standard. The standard is going to overtake the sword, man. All right. A standard is going to have to be lifted, as we talked about at camp. All right. With the shit that this man is coming with, the fucking AI and the dogs, you know, you seen the dogs that have the machine guns attached to them, these cyborg machines. This is some real like Terminator shit, man. So you don't think that the Lord is going to react in the midst, right? Let me get another scripture too. All right, and I'll play the second half. I'm just thinking out loud, This is yeah, let's grab this. So this is the book of Psalms. Okay. This is the book of Psalm 144, verse 1. All right. Prayer for rescue and prosperity. All right. Psalm of King David, it says, Psalms 144 and 1, it says, blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Right. And just like just like King David, all right, and the rest of our forefathers that were endued with that power. The same thing is going to happen now in these times, It says, my goodness and my fortress, my high tower, my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I trust will subdue my people under me. See, the Lord is the one that's going to fight our battles, right? It says, verse 3, Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, what is man that thou thinkest that thou takest knowledge of him, or the son of man that makest account of him? Man is like to vanity. His days are as a shadow that passeth by, that passeth away. Bow thy heavens, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, come down, touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out thy arrows and destroy them, man, because the Lord is coming back and with the heavenly hosts. All right, the chariots, the angels. It says, Send thy hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, you Edomites, okay, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, right? So, because your right hand is tied back to power, all right? But his right hand, which actually is his left, is a right hand of falsehood, deception, all right? As we're seeing here, this man's sorcery, witchcraft on the left-hand side, this human augmentation, the ability to create these so-called super soldiers or whatnot. All right. So let's play a little bit more, So we'll play one more part, and we'll you can watch the rest of that video on your own. But let's jump up to 1845. Right, hold on one second.
One way, shape, or form is going to be soldier involved, and that will be more, a teaming exercise than an individual exercise. So I try to look at it more outcome based. What are the effects we want to have on the battlefield? What are the effects we want to have on the enemy? And then you kind of can decompose that into the different abilities a person needs, to be able to sustain themselves physically and mentally and socially in a very violent environment, coupled with all the other things that we need, from networks to weapons to food and water and everything else. So I bring it to the outcomes typically.
I guess I look at it more like from a cyborg kind of perspective, a person that's augmented by technology, their biology is augmented, their physiology is augmented in a way that allows them to perform or be more effective than somebody that without those technological aids. And I guess that's fairly broad, but I'm thinking, things that interact more directly with the physiology and biology.
Same here. Coming from a little more seasoned perspective, back when $6 Million Man, some of you guys might remember him, or Steve Austin, the Bionic Man, and someone being able to do more than any other human could do. Run fast, I think it was better, faster, and stronger. So now, like I said, I started moving more toward the cyborg type, being able to be more resilient, more effective, and more lethal. So that's what I see.
So I'll add on to that. I'll concur on all these points. I think it's really being able to expand the capability of the human, at least to date, right? Like we will get into a point where we have autonomous space elements. I'm just going to use the word element because I think it covers a lot of different possibilities. But I think there's additional piece to it, which is going to be that super fleet concept. So
right. So as you see on the screen here, it says the living weapons. It says experts have revealed all the countries in the Western world are already planning their own super soldiers. Superpowers are using robotics and even experimenting with manipulating squatties' DNA to give them enhanced strength and speed, right? So Esau has this shit, right? This is why I wanted to put this out there, because this is the meeting, the actual military conference. They're breaking it down. Like, look, this is what we have the capability to do. This is what he's coming with, man. So you don't think the Lord is going to come with the right hand? Right? Let's get some more scriptures, man. You know, not to be all over the place. Bear with me. Let's grab this one too. Okay, this is Psalm 17, and we'll just read down Psalm 17:1. It says, prayer for protection against oppressors, right? Psalm 17:1, hear the right, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, attend unto my cry, give ear unto my prayer, that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am proposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy path, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O power. Incline thy ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou savest, by thy right hand. All right, Yahweh Shai. Oh, that thou savest by thy right hand, which it says, them which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. All right. And see, Esau has this set up to rise up against the very elect. Because remember, in Revelation 12, it said that the dragon was wroth against the Lord's woman and was ready to make war with the remnant of her seed. You know, so Esau, when he comes down, he's going to come down full force with the left hand. This is what we're saying. Okay, it says, keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who can pass me about. All right, and that's going to happen. It says, they are enclosed in their own fat, with their mouth they speak proudly. And that's kind of, you know, what we get here from this video that's being played, because they're like, you know, they're letting you know, like, look, this is what we can do. You know, we can make a nigga jump higher, run faster without getting tired. He don't need sleep. You know, we can regenerate the tissue on his body if he's wounded. You know, this is really proud. This is the proud talk, right? It says, they have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to earth, right? Because he's ready to pounce on the prey, so to speak, right? Like as a lion, it's a spirit, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, as it were, a young lion lurking in secret places. See? Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, disappoint him. Who? Esau. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. See? He's the sword of the Most High. His blessing was the sword. All right? His augmentation, his super soldiers, his technology, man. To enhance, as we read, what was human augmentation, right? Human augmentation is a field of research that aims to enhance human abilities through medicine or technology, right? Everything you're hearing in this video. Is there any more? Psalm 17, verse 13, arise, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand. You see that? The left hand. All right. Esau is the left hand of the Most High, from men which are thy hand. O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, from men of the world which have their portion in this life. All right. Esau's blessing. All right. The fatness of the earth, the sword. Okay. Whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, which is us. We will represent the hidden treasure, Psalms 83. Okay. We're still under this man's, we're still in captivity. We're still under beneath this man's hand. It says they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Yeah. They have what you call generational wealth, right? They pass their substance on to their children and their children's children, so on and so forth, right? But anyway, let's go back. Let's play some more in the video, right? We'll grab more scriptures as we go. All right. Pray that you're edified. So let's go back a little bit here.
It's not just how do I enhance everyone, in other words, making each brain work faster, better, cheaper, or to be able to put the exoskeleton in, or to add these wearable devices, but additionally to look at how each individual human's innate traits may actually interact with that and escalate that further. So in other words, looking across people versus simply looking at each individual. And I think as we look at that super fleet and joint operation spaces, we may be able to also extend based on what each individual is, also which branch we're talking about, and be able to go even further. One of the questions that I got recently at the Pentagon was, so JJ, why do I want to have anybody be specialized? Why can't I just have everybody be the same? Because then I can move them in and out as I need to. And my response was that you are pitting your versatility against their expertise. And what we need to be able to do is have expertise and capability to the furthest extent for each individual, but then also be able to look at that across all of our entities as well. And I think that's when we start maximizing and optimizing the system versus just the individual.
So did you get a hold of my questions beforehand? Because you just read right into this, JJ. So my second question actually has to do with this idea of individuality versus, everyone, right, having these capabilities. When we think super soldier, we're typically thinking of a select few, right, or advancing those. However, if we are talking about, not the entire force and fleet and everything else, every warfighter having the superpowers, who do we select? And how are they selected? What are the characteristics for selection, right? Do we want to amplify characteristics that are already existent in those individuals? Or are we trying to supplement and add and complement, right? So
So who's going to be selected or elected with that power? That's spiritual, man. But let me grab some more scripture. Matter of fact, there's another point I wanted to grab. Let me see. I wrote it down. Salakia. Thought I had it with me. Damn. One more article I wanted to pull in there real quick. Where's it at? Let's see if I can find it. You know what? Bear with me. So no, this is the presentation we're playing now. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, because I already got what I need here. So anyway, let me grab some more scripture, Salakia. Let's go to let's grab this real quick, because like I said, Esau, he knows, all right? They know what it is, all right? But see, the elect, they're going to achieve that power on the right-hand side. It's going to be a spiritual augmentation, like the elder apostle had made mention of, all right? Esau is trying to do this carnally, all right? Because they know what it is. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and we'll start at verse 40 and read down. All right, 1 Corinthians 15 and 40, it says there are celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one and the glory of the terrestrial is another. All right, so you have an earthly body, right? And you have a celestial body, a body that's of the heavens, an angelic body, if you will, right? It says there is one glory of the sun and another glory of the moon and another glory of the stars, for one star different from another star in glory. It says, so also the resurrection of the dead, it is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. And that's what the Lord is going to give us. He's going to give us, according to the scriptures, new bodies, man. All right. We're going to put on, as the scriptures say, we're going to put on an immortality. All right. Esau knows this, right? It says it is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. This is what Paul was making mention of. All right. There's another kind of glory that's getting ready to happen. All right. You know, we're gonna put on those spiritual garments, if you will. Okay. It says it is as it is written, and so it is written. The first man, Adam, was made a living spirit, a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven. All right. It says, as is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy, and as the heavenly, as is the heavenly, such are all they also that are heavenly. It says, we are born the image of the earthly. We shall also bear the image of the heavenly. You see that? So we're going to be changed into another glory, you know, under that second covenant, man. We're going to put on those new spiritual bodies. But the Lord is also going to raise up the elect with spiritual power as well. Okay. It says, reading on, it says 1 Corinthians 15 and 50, it says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither do of corruption incorrupt, neither do of corruption inherit incorruption. But I show you a mystery, we shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed, right? As I made mention earlier, okay? So Esau knows that whoever the elect are going to be changed, okay? It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So everything that we've been watching thus far in this lesson, you know, the information that's being brought out, this is how Esau desires to achieve immortality through the left hand, you know, with this so-called human augmentation, right? That's why I wanted to present this, okay? Because eventually, right, let's go ahead and go there. The standard is going to be raised up, man. Right? It just makes sense when you understand these things, right? So this is Isaiah 59, straight to the point. All right, this is Isaiah 59 in verse 17, and it reads, it says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with the zeal as a cloak, right? Because when that time comes, all right, the Lord's going to raise up the power, all right? Jacob's going to put on the power from on high, as the scripture said, man. It says, according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. And this is what Yahushua essentially is going to do as well, right? It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy should come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, shall lift up a standard against him. So the Lord, when that time comes, you know, what you call divine intervention, man, the Lord is going to intervene. And that standard is going to be set up, which that word standard goes back to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. You never know what's going to happen. Brother's going to fly, brother's going to disappear, brother's going to be cloaked. Enemy right in front of you may not be able to see you. You never really know. You see? But he's going to cause a way for you to escape. You see, to put to flight, right? One man should put 1,000 to flight, the scriptures say. So that's the standard on the right-hand side, man. So as Esau is doing all these things that we're hearing about on the left, better believe the Lord is going to react with the right. Right? Let me play one more. We'll wrap this lesson up. Not to be all over the place. Let's jump up a little bit to 35:18, and then we'll play a little bit of that, and we'll wrap it up. You know? Just wanted to put that out there. So this is 35 minutes and 18 seconds. All right. And this is the same And what they're talking about here is the article that I showed earlier. All right. Same picture as you saw. All right. Super soldiers with enhanced reaction times and intelligence with gene edited brains. All right. How are they going to obtain these gene edited brains? By putting it in that technology, man. All of this stuff they put inside people, the chip. All right. This is the real deal. All right. Brains connected with computers, allowing telepathic communication. You see? Super strength, bigger muscles bred into soldiers, ability to regrow lost limbs, and quickly heal wounds like a lizard. Come on, man. All right, this devil is tapped all the way in. Okay.
Able, and of course being able to have drops in the eyes to create night vision, the ability to I fall back to training because that's my area, but so I'll say the ability to learn something much faster. One of the things in the Air Force we talk about is as we add airframes and as we get into 6th gen, where we're dealing with semi-autonomous vehicles, the amount of data an individual is going to have to take in and the speed at which they're going to have to take up the ability to utilize a new airframe may be very, very fast. How do we get that information into the individual quickly and also recognize what they have to unlearn and relearn? How do we do all of those assessments? So some of it is really cool stuff, right? Like just the idea of synthetic blood in and of itself is mind-boggling, and what that might allow you to do.
Synthetic blood, man.
And some of it is just really tangible things. Okay, great. We have these capabilities. When and how do we use them? And for whom do we use them to make most sense? So I think when we start talking about, well, what does it look like? It's going to look like all of these things. You are going to have operators who are drone operators that are sitting at a keyboard.
Yeah, it says enhanced soldiers would be reduced to bionic men who run fast, do not need sleep, eat and drink very little, and can fight all the time. A new species is born, Homo robocopus, right?
Or you are going to have folks that are Navy SEALs that are going to use the capabilities in night vision and blood to be able to do things. You are going to have individuals who have to be the more cognitive weapon systems, as I like to call them, who are going to need the neuro boost and expansion that Andy's talking about. And so we're going to need all of these pieces. I think part of the question is, this is largely available in pieces parts, and one of our hallmark challenges in DoD is bringing it all together. So I think there's some pragmatic challenges beyond the ooh-ah awesomeness, right? One of the things we talk about at ITSEC commonly is that modeling and simulation is so many bells and whistles, but do we use those bells and whistles to actually improve training? Not always. And so to me, this is an extension of that same concept. This is a lot of bells and whistles of exciting possibilities. What's the combination that makes most sense and when? Absolutely.
Well, I think that gets us also to what risks are we willing to take?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can watch the rest on your own. Like I said, it's about an hour and 30 minutes. But, the point is out there. Esau is coming with this, he's coming with this technology. He's coming with the sword, the left hand. All right, this is part of his power. So the Lord is going to raise up power through the right hand, right? Excuse me, Micah 4. All right, Micah 4. In verse 10, it reads, says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. Thou shalt be delivered there. The Lord Yahweh Shemawashai shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies. You see that? The Lord is going to be in the midst. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. As we read in this at this panel, it said all nations, right? Which is spiritual, had made mention about how all nations have their form of a super soldier. Right? It says, going back, it says, now Micah 4:11, now also many nations are gathered against thee that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai. That's right. Neither understand they his counsel, for he shall gather them as sheaves to the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thy horn iron, man. The Lord is going to raise up power, all right, amongst the elect. For I will make thy horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, all right? And that's literal, all right? The Lord is going to, as he said in Jeremiah, was it chapter 51? He said, with you're going to be my battle axes and weapons of war. He said, with you shall I break in pieces many people, many nations, captains, rulers, right? So it says, thou shalt beat in pieces many people. The Lord's going to raise up that power, that standard. It says, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem El Shai, and their substance unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem El Shai, the whole earth. So the Lord is going to allow the elect to get busy, man. All right. It's going to be a spiritual augmentation that's going to happen to the elect. All right. Let me get that one in the Apocrypha. Right. What was that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. How the world shall fight. Let me get it real quick. Is that what Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter? Let me pull it up real quick. Just thinking about it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 15, and it reads, it says, but the righteous live forevermore. Their reward is also with the Lord, Yahweh Shem El Shai, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. Right? That's the elect. You read that in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, how the Lord is going to crown the elect. It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Right. So who's the creature? Jake, the Israelites, starting with the elect. He says, make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Jeremiah 51, verse 20 on down. All right. The elect are going to be the battle axes and weapons of war. Right. And it said he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, linking that back up with Isaiah 59. It said that he should put on righteousness as a breastplate. Right. What did it say? Let me go back. Right. Let me just go back to it. Isaiah 59. What did it say? Isaiah 59:17. He put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with the zeal with zeal as a cloak. Right? That power, man. You know. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "For he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. He should put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet. He should take holiness for an invincible shield." Right? Showing you what that creature is going to be transformed into. Right? That's the real augmentation, transformation, if you will. It's spiritual. All right? It says, verse 20, it says, his severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. And that world going into Israel. All right? The elect. They're going to fight with him, meaning the elect are going to fight alongside with Yahweh Shai against the unwise, basically, right? The world, this wicked world. All right, that's going to try to come against Yahweh Shem El Shai, you know. It says, and that's the point, right? Verse 21, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow, and they shall fly to the mark. Man, so the Lord is going to come and bring destruction, man. Right? But that's the point, man. Just to show you that the right hand side, as I said, the standard is going to overtake the sword. All right, the sword going back to the blessing of the Edomite, his super soldiers, and all of this stuff that we were just going into. All right, bioengineered super soldiers the capabilities, the altered DNA and all of this shit, man. All right. This is the real deal. All right. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can watch the rest of this on your own. I pray that you were edified. You know, it's lucky if I was all over the place. You know, just wanted to get it going from the beginning. Right. But yeah, I'll leave it like that, man. So hey, pray that you were informed, also edified. I'm gonna close it out by giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. Let's push in this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. Hey, shalom.